This is not about black women. This is about black men. But I need you to answer this question. Are you ready? But yeah, it's a very important question that we need to ask ourselves as black men. What do we control?
I'm going to tell you why black men are never going to vote for Kamala Harris, and it has nothing to do with the fact that she is quote unquote black.
What have we given black women and African women to brag about or clap back about?
Delighted to have you, amazing viewer. Thank you for stopping by. You've clicked on this particular video because you love the video, so kindly don't deny me a like. Kindly like the video for a recommendation. I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok and decided to bring it here so that we can educate ourselves. And why did I bring it here? It's a man addressing men, so it's a challenge to men. So whenever a woman try to challenge men, it's always looked at as accusation or noise or something of the sort. But when I saw a man speaking on men matter, I am sure that this is going to reach the right ears. So let's listen to the video, but kindly don't skip the video. Watch the entire thought so that you make a comment that is constructive. Kindly listen to the entire thought, and all these videos are connected. Don't skip the video. Kindly listen.
So this is a question I have asked on my live multiple times, and I thought it's time I bring it to video to reach a wider audience, because this is a question I have for a lot of black men and African men, and I think it's time we start to answer these questions. And before all you red pill bros come at me, don't. I'm just not the type of person to dwell on the perceived flaws of our women without focusing on ours. I pay attention to both sides. And if you know me, I'm not a panderer. I'm definitely not someone to pander to or try to defend people who are abort black boys, calling me a bullet. No, if you know me, know who I am, the kind of family I come from, the kind of culture I come from, tremendous self-respect. I'm not one to defend people who have known for hating me. This is not about black women. This is about black men. But I need you to answer this question. Are you ready? Now here goes. I want you to picture a scenario, right? Picture a scenario where a bunch of women are all hanging out. There's a white woman, regular white woman. There's a Jewish woman. There's an Arab woman. There's a Chinese woman. There's an Indian woman. There's a Mexican woman, a Filipina, a black American, and an African woman. So that makes 9 women hanging around, just hanging around, chilling, just drinking, enjoying the day. And then out of nowhere, conversation starts getting a little spicy. Starts getting spicy. The spice levels starts going up, and then out of nowhere, the white woman just gets up and is like, you know what? Y'all not going to do this with me. I'm white. Our men control governments. You're not going to play with me. Everyone's like, what? The Chinese woman gets up and is like, first of all, I'm a Chinese woman. Our men run construction. No, sorry. Our men run manufacturing. If you want to build anything in this world, you need a Chinese man. So watch what you say to me. Everyone's like, okay. And then the Indian girl gets up and is like, first of all, I'm Indian. Our men run tech. If you want tech, and if you want anything to work on your phone, you want your laptop, anything to run, you need Indian men. Don't mess with me. Everyone's like, okay, okay. The Mexican woman gets up. She's like, Los Tigres del Nortes. Don't fuck with me. If you need a roof over your head, our men run construction. Don't play with me. Mexican men run construction. You play with me, I'm a holla at Jose, and it's over for you. Everyone's like, okay, okay. The Jewish woman's like, I know you all don't keep your money under your bed, so as long as you got in the bank, watch what you say. Everyone's like, ooh, okay. The Arab woman is like, well, I'm sure you all need gas. Arab men, we control oil. That's us. Don't play with us. Everyone's like, okay, Arab girl. The Filipina is like, okay, I see what you're doing. Well, me and my girls, we have totally taken over the nursing industry. And have you noticed something? Our men are slowly taking over. In 10 years, none of you bitches can get a vaccine without a Filipino man, and we will all be housewives. So, checkmate. Everyone's like, oh, okay. So, black men, in this scenario, what have we given black women and African women to brag about or clap back about? Like, what have we given our women to brag about? What aspect of this world, what industry, what important part of infrastructure in this world do black men control? African men, the entire continent of Africa that belongs to us, what part of it do we control? That's my question. What do we control? And also, before you guys come at me, I know you red pill niggas again. Y'all gonna come at me on some, oh, we out earn Latino men, blah, blah, blah. Fine. Do you remember Ron DeSantis a couple years ago, was it 2 years ago, talking all of that shit about Latino men? Did you see what happened? I could just picture the scenario. Hector gets his phone, picks up the phone, calls Jose, is like, yo, Jose, hey, fool, you want to go somewhere? You want to go on a vacation or something? It's like, for vacation? You crazy, fool? I got work to... I see what yeah, let's go on that vacation. The Mexican community, the Latino community say, you know what, you want to play with us? We're not going to work. It took 3 days. Ron DeSantis came back out and literally apologized. And it's not spoken about. That is what destroyed his entire political, like, that is what destroyed his drive, his up, whatever the hell you want to call it, as a politician. Because he came out hardcore racist and was put in a position where he was forced to apologize to those people. That was it. Ron DeSantis is over. Trump could not pick him. It was over for him. Every group of men in this country, or wherever you want to call it, they have an aspect, an important aspect of society that they control. Black men, what do we control? I'm not talking about our earnings. Yes, when you go look at earnings, black men, we do good. Regardless of what people say about us, the data shows we're doing amazing. But as a collective, what do we control? Music? Nope. Jewish men control that. Unlucky enough for a lot of you, we don't live in a world where you could just go walk up to a woman and take what you want. So the sexual prowess that we're known for, we're only known for it because the people who control it, women, give us access to it. What do we control, black men? I think this is a valid question, and my suggestion, I'm no voice, I'm nothing. My suggestion would be, let's take over the garbage industry. Let's control America's trash. In New York, I don't know about any other way. In New York City, do you know what it cost? At least in my neighborhood, do you know what it will cost to start a recycling business? $25,000, and that's on the higher end. $25,000 to start a recycling business. There's so many brothers in trash. Excuse my choice of words, but there's so many brothers in trash that make good money. Why can't we come together collectively? Why can't we? Imagine a world where, imagine in America where black men control trash. We control the trash industry in America. Someone comes out and talks shit about black men, and we're like, oh, that's how it's going to be? Okay. And for 1 week, America's trash is not picked up. What do you think will happen then? I think every single politician will come out, get on his fucking knees and beg us. Because that, do you understand how quickly a politician will get voted out if their neighborhood starts to stink? But yeah, it's a very important question that we need to ask ourselves as black men. What do we control? And those of you who do things for women, what have we given our women to brag about? What have we given our women to clap back? Y'all could say all this, oh, we out-earn Mexican men, we out-earn them. Okay, we out-earn them, our women out-earn them. The women can clap back and say, if you want a roof over your head, I need you to shut the fuck up. What have we given our women to clap back with? That's a very important question we need to ask ourselves, black men.
I'm going to tell you why black men are never going to vote for Kamala Harris, and it has nothing to do with the fact that she is quote unquote black, because she's not even black. Black men are never going to vote for Kamala Harris because over the next 3 to 4 months, we are all going to be basically hit with this onslaught of all of these black women that are going to be telling black men that if they do not shut up and they do not get in line behind Kamala Harris, then they're all these sorts of things. They're going to be calling us all kinds of dogs. We hate black women. We don't respect them, etc., etc. And the same black women, okay, that are going to be elevated by the media and that are going to be going on all these cable news networks and doing all of this stuff on the internet, they are the same black women that black men can't stand. Okay, these are the same ones that are hectoring black men. These are the same ones that hate black men. These are the same ones that, by the way, are not even partnered with black men. These are the same ones that are elevated by dogging, denigrating, disrespecting black men. It is going to be the women that are telling black men that they have to vote for Kamala Harris. It is going to remind black men of every bitter baby mama. It is going to remind black men of every neck swiveling, bad attitude, masculinized black woman that they have ever dealt with in their entire life. It is going to remind them of their single mothers and their aunties that basically verbally abused and disrespected them while they were growing up because the black men in their lives left them, and these young black men and these black boys were left to bear the brunt of that abuse. So all of these same types of black women are going to be running around trying to bully, denigrate, demean, and disrespect black men in order to get them in line behind Kamala Harris. These black men are going to say no, absolutely not. They will never, ever vote for this woman. The only black men that are going to get in line and listen to these women are the same black men who are going to get in line behind whatever Democrat, whatever lefty. These are the same ones that wear t-shirts that say, listen to black women and respect black women and vote for black women, all of that other stuff. But the real black men, okay, in this society, the ones that are actually entrepreneurs, the ones that are actually building things, the ones that actually lead their households, the ones that have not been completely cucked by liberalism and black women and all that stuff, these men are never going to vote for Kamala Harris, ever.
And any observant person could have figured this out like a year ago just by paying attention to female behavior or just paying attention to women. Hear me out. I know you hear what I'm talking, you hear me saying this and you're thinking, what the hell is this guy talking about? How can you tell it's going to be a war just by looking at women and paying attention to how they act? Hear me out. First thing I'm going to ask you, when was the last time you heard white women come on this internet, make videos, Twitter, Facebook, anything, and complain about white men? When was the last time you heard white feminists, the craziest, most deranged white feminists, complain about white men? When was the last time you heard it? Think about it. It was something that was all too common. It's always been all too common. When was the last time you heard a white woman complain about white men? When was the last time you heard them do it en masse? Second, Indian men. We already know the relationship between Indian women and Indian men. In the last year, when was the last time? What have you noticed in the last year? If you say anything negative about brown men, Indian women are coming out en masse to defend them. Have you noticed that? Arab women have let us know just how bad Arab men are. They've spent the whole internet era telling us how bad Arab men are. Have you noticed in the last year how hard Arab women have been going for Arab men? But that's not it. The biggest indicator for me is Asian women. Asian women were on this internet, on everywhere, telling us they could never date Asian boys because Asian men remind them of their father, as if all their mothers have incest fetish or some shit. It was just a justification that we just all accepted. Okay, they don't date Asian men because they remind them of their brothers. But meanwhile, their mothers all dated Asian men, so clearly their mothers have an incest fetish, right? But now, look how hard Asian women are going, propping up their Asian boyfriends, defending Asian men. Think about it. So what I'm trying to say is, every human, it's an innate thing. We all have intuition, and we all know female intuition, and a lot of women have foresight, and it's a biological thing. It's something like they cannot help. Just like men, we have our own biological shit, the good and the bad. Women have theirs too. And with this, you start to notice when things start to look really bleak and start to head in a direction where things are obviously going to get bad, most women start to make good with their men, because when that shit comes, they're going to need protection of their men. Why do you think your favorite white influencers are becoming right wing? Like, look what's happening in the UK right now. There's been riots there. Thankfully, I haven't heard of any unaliving, but there's been riots. It's been whites versus everyone, versus black and Indian people and Muslims. They've been going around burning buildings. They've been burning houses, right? Well, did you know the same thing is going on in Ireland too? Yeah, the Irish are doing the same. The Irish are out there burning shit left and right. Apparently, Australians are trying to start their own shit too. You got the Germans. So, whites everywhere are priming. I think it's happening in America too, but us black people were so stupid, caught up on that 50-50 debate, we don't even understand. But what I'm trying to say here is, every group of women have slowly started going back to their men. They've started becoming very pro their men of their race. Not every, all except, well, you know, the obvious. And even there's only 3 groups of women I've seen who have not gone back this route, and 2 of them are African, one is not. So it's up to you, through observation, try to figure out which 2 groups of African women are not giving a shit, and what group of non-African women who are your non-African women are doing the same. But you'll find there are only 3 groups of women that generally don't give a shit. And another, if you're African, a general indicator is South Africans. I know, South Africans, we're not in the good space right now. But you remember South African women, how they talk shit about their... Look how South African women right now are coming hard to defend South African men. But that's the point I'm trying to make is... And I don't know if there's a study for this. Maybe someone say go find it. But my point is, every group of women who have been vocal about their men, have been whatnot, have been slowly going back to their men, and they are defending their men, and they're being so pro their men, because as you can see, everything that's going on around now, things are popping off. But they had this intuition, and it started like a year ago. Anyways, has anyone else noticed that, or am I tripping?
There's a lot to unpack from these videos, but there are 2 things that I want to emphasize on. The first one is having men coming together and do one thing and make sure you at least control one area of interest, of great value, so that you don't just you also give women value, you know. And this is what black women have been trying to do all this while, when they were trying to tell you that you are not on our level, you have to upgrade yourself. But also, I want to flip the coin a bit to black women. Whenever you address a man, don't speak in a way that you're trying to diminish their person, who they are. You don't diminish the man ego, you know. That ego, it what makes a man, you know. They always have to find that they are on top, you know, and their interests, and they just something like that, you know. I'm not in the right place to explain that, but I just feel like men always want to feel superior. But when you want to address men and you start by diminishing their person, it means that whenever you're going to speak about them, it's already off. It's already like you not giving them the power that they have first for you to be able to challenge them. So that's why those are the 2 things that I've noted from this video. Women, kindly, we can do better. Do not expose your men. They might be having struggles. They might have been left behind in doing stuff. But how best can we do this without exposing them, without going on social media. And I will be bringing a video right here of a man also who spoke of black women having white men solving their problem. And yeah, while there's a lot to unpack from that as well. But that was it about this video. You can also check out for more. Those are my thoughts on this particular video. I don't know what you think. I don't want to lock you out. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section and also interact with the video. Give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and goodbye for now. Appreciate you.